Hi, I'm Rebecca Saldaña, State Senator from the 37th Legislative District. Thank you for inviting me to share a few words with you today. Over the last few years, my colleagues and I have passed a lot of laws to put people first and improve the lives of all Washingtonians. I've had the honor of working on legislation that strengthens voting rights, protects workers' rights, ends discrimination, and looks out for the health of our communities and our planet. So how did I get here? In 2016, when Pramila Jayapal decided to run for Congress, I realized that when she left, there would be no women of color serving in our state Senate. That was simply not okay. I decided to continue at the state level with the work that I had been doing, building multiracial coalitions with underrepresented communities, low-wage workers, immigrants, and women to improve our quality of life and strengthen communities. While I'm the first state senator to identify as Chicana, I'm not the first woman of color or even the first Latina in our state Senate. Several women of color have served in the Senate in years past, but we didn't have a system in place to make sure we would continue to be here. I was determined for that never to happen again. 3 years later, I am proud to say we have 4 times the number of women of color in the Senate, and the legislature has become a much more diverse place. I'm part of a new group of elected officials in Washington, committed to building institutional and structural change for ourselves and for those who will come after us. This is the seed I hope to plant in each of you, our civic-minded youth and future community leaders. If you're not seeing yourself and your community represented in the government, it may mean that it's time for you to run for office. Whether that is a local school board, city or county council, the state legislature or beyond, our community needs more people like us, stepping up to put people first in government. I understand some of you feel like the political system was not built for you, or feel like ignoring politics, but none of us can afford to take our democracy for granted. Democracy is like exercise. It's important to exercise your civic muscles all year round for a healthy, responsive government. There are many ways to exercise your civic muscles. You can engage with your elected officials to make sure they hear the voices from your community. You can also help make sure everyone in your community is counted in the 2020 census. And you can get involved in volunteering for a local candidate who shares your vision for your community or on an issue that matters to you. And don't forget to join us in celebrating the first official Dolores Huerta Day this April 10th by organizing an event in your community or joining in our statewide celebration. How we change the way things have always been done is by making sure the people at decision-making tables truly reflect the communities and the values they represent. That means people from different neighborhoods all over our states who want to use their different experiences to create change they want to see in our state. That probably includes you. Participation from impacted communities is the way to move important issues to the forefront. As you, our state's future leaders, continue to develop your leadership skills, I have a few pieces of advice. Live from your deepest passion and develop your strengths. Take advantage of leadership opportunities. Build networks and meaningful connections. Look for mentors everywhere, but don't put any one leader on a pedestal. Use open, direct, clear communication and stay in the conversation, no matter how challenging it may feel. Build teams that help you become your best. And remember where you come from. And finally, as Dolores Huerta has said, your power is in your body. Remember that whether you are a farm worker, a student, a teacher, a coach, doctor, attorney, or stay-at-home caregiver, or anything else you can conceive of, your work is dignified. You can be a leader from the place you are right now. That's right, starting right now, in this very moment. Don't wait for some perfect place or time to start taking leadership. Don't let your fear hold you back from taking the next step. And make sure that while you're leading, you're holding the door wide open so more people can come through. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for inviting me to share my experiences with you. Sí se puede.